Hi everybody, it's June Angel Pews. So just come to you tonight with, or this evening, with a very short video. At last I'm here, very late in terms of this here. I've come to show you the black lace page that I've done for Spare Marbles 2012 challenge. And my goodness, it was a challenge. But I'll tell you more about that in a moment. Now, I don't know whether Diana's having an extension or anything. I've no idea. But if everything remains the same, it actually closes, excuse me, in a couple of days' time. So, as I say, I'm not 100% sure. I'll put the link to her video about the challenge down below there, so you can see if there are any changes or not. Okay, so as I say, I've come to show you, and I won't go into the dimensions and goodness knows what, because that will all be in this link. Right, yes, it was definitely a challenge. I didn't think it would be as big as a challenge as it turned out to be. I think I've mentioned enough times to you that my eyes are just dreadful. I've got bilateral cataracts, and I've got some sort of infection in one eye as well at the moment, which doesn't help. And suffering from the usual short-sightedness and long-sightedness now. So this was particularly challenging in terms of I couldn't do a thing in the evenings, which is when I do a lot of my craft work, or during the night when I can't sleep. So this was put down more than it was actually in my hands working. Okay, I think what I'll do is, I'll just say about the base. The base is just felt, and we've left some spare, about an inch I think it is, for Diana to do her binding, whatever she's going to do with that. And then I applied lace and fabrics and various things. I started off by using, and I haven't got it handy, let me get it, because I've forgotten already the name of it. Beacon Fabritac. I know Trisha, hi Trish, has mentioned this a few times, so I thought I'd have a go with it. And immediately I found this was, when it was dry, it was just showing up in between the lace, the patterns of the lace, as white. Let me show you a picture so you can, I've printed these off quickly so they're not brilliant, they're just on ordinary paper, but can you see what I mean? I don't know why I made it so obvious there and not under there, but there you go. You know, I put some glue down, obviously there was a string of it there. No, that's the embroidery. So it was just that. But you can imagine, can't you? I was very disappointed with it. So I then carried on and used my glue gun, which did exactly the same thing, unless I got it absolutely spot on. And this is magnified, of course. Spot on with the glue underneath the dense parts. I found that happening. I was really fed up with myself. I said to Diana the other night, if it wasn't for you, hi Diana, if I wasn't making this just for you, I would have chucked it from one end of the room to the other and never picked it up again. So bless her, because it's her, I did pick it up again. So I thought, right, what am I going to do with this? So I got my black marker out, and I thought, oh, well, right, I'll just, I think it was just a Sharpie. And I thought, right, I'll go over it with a Sharpie, and you won't be able to see anything. Because I knew there was various layers going on. So I thought that'd be ideal. Yes, it looked fine until it was perfectly dry. And this happened. It came out a lovely, sparkly, pinky mauvey colour. I don't know what it looks like for you, but through my camera it looks sparkly pink. So you can imagine what I felt like. Oh no, what am I going to do? Anyway, I plodded on and made sure that, you know, I did go in the dense parts, which made it even more fiddly. You know, I wasn't able just to put the glue on and move away. And I'm not one of these that, you know, I'm not very tidy, I'm afraid. I'm a bit a messy worker at the best of times. So yeah, why I got that colour, whether it was the combination, I mean, I'm not sure whether that was using the Fabri-Tac or using the glue gun, but obviously it's a combination of the chemicals in the, which one of the glues it was, I don't know, but it reacted with the marker to come out that colour. Dear me. So there you go. What's this one? Oh, that was just another example of the glue mark across there, and how I sort of tried to cover it up with the, not so clear on that one, with the marker pen, and that's the colour it came out. But I knew, as I say, I was going to be covering these things up anyway, but I just had to be a bit more careful. The other thing I did with a marker pen, by the way, before I forget, is I did this, let me pick it up to show you. I've no idea, this is the first time I've looked at it through the camera. I think it does look black, doesn't it? This is one of the Wild Orchid Craft beaded flowers. Do you remember there's white and cream? And I think this one was white, I think. And I marked it all with the Sharpie marker to get it to go black, which was real fiddly because, of course, these move, don't they? They're not something that is static. Sorry. And then in between the beads was tiny pieces of white cotton, so I had to sort of dig down into it. So that in itself took an age to do. When I came to work on the page, then I told you I was putting it down and leaving it for sort of 8-10 hours and then coming back to it. Could I find this? Could I? Heck. So I thought, right, I've got to do another one. Again, this is a story of my life with the losing things in this flat. Always doing it, put things down and I lose them. So I thought, right, I'll have to do another one. So I did another one, all the way just the same. This must have been in the evening, I guess, but I don't know. But as you can see, it's no more black than I am. In fact, it's blue. So I did all this thinking I was putting black on it, and it was blue. So you can tell how bad my eyes are, can't you? But it's just a little hint, really, that we know at least that we can colour these in whatever colour we like. You know, pink, gold, whatever. We're not just confined to the white and cream. So that's Wild Orchid Crafts, the beaded flowers. So I was really pleased I found that out. And I only used the basic Sharpies, so I'm sure alcoholic inks, etc. will work. But what I liked about this Sharpie was it retained this sort of shine. It didn't go dull, which perhaps some markers would do. So I was really pleased about that. And they're obviously good quality beads, because they might have reacted in a different way. So there you go, something that I found out along the way. Okay, so let's get now at the page, because I've spent 10 minutes telling you that little lot. So yes, it's quite flexible, this one, and I'm hoping Diana will like it. This is a video response to her challenge, of course. I hadn't told you that, but you didn't have to do a video response, by the way. But because I'm going to be late, I'm going to actually load this and tell Diana that it will be on YouTube, but ask her not to look at it until she gets it. I can post it first thing in the morning now. I mean, okay, it's not going to get there for her birthday, but we don't have birthdays on time anyway, do we, on YouTube or Facebook? You know, we have what we call extended birthdays. Right, so what I did is getting dusk here, so the light's not very good. I don't know if you can see. I'm going to have to look around the camera. That little square, that one's got sequins on. There's a square of sort of machined beads. There's a square of ruched fabric, and there's a square with the same sorts of beads as the Wild Orchid Crafts one. And it's a bit of a crazy patchwork, if you like, and it was from a waistcoat that I had years ago and indeed wore a lot. I mean, it wouldn't fit around my arm, I don't think, now, because it's quite old and I'm quite a lot bigger than I was. So that's what the base of this particular one was. And I thought I was going to sort of say, well, it's crazy patchwork in black, but it's a bit more uniform than I expected it to be. So I think we'll have to say it's I don't know, a simple patchwork rather than a crazy patchwork. Or if you can think of a better name, we'll call it something else. So that was the second material of fabric I put down. The first one I put down was, did I put it on this side? No, it was just a black calico, which I managed to get, by the way. I don't know if you can get it in the States or you can get it readily here, I don't know. But I did find it in our local market, and it was black, not calico, sorry, I've told you the wrong thing. Cheese, I can't think now whether it was cheesecloth or muslin. Muslin, yeah, I'm pretty sure. So that was the base of that. And then, as you can see, I've put layers of different black laces that I luckily had. In fact, I was amazed what I got in black when I pulled everything together. There ended up about 2 smallish carrier bags full of black lace and fabric. And by the way, a lot of the lace and fabric I did have came from Neary, DC Scrapping Rooster. Thank you, Neary. That was a little while ago. And I think I got some from Shilpa. Hi, Shilpa. And I think I got the black heart, which is underneath this, from Lily, Shabbylicious. But I'm not 100% sure, but so I'm going to say thank you to all those ladies, just in case it's where I got these laces from. So I had plenty of choice, which I was really pleased about. So yes, underneath this is this black heart, lace heart. I hope you can see that. And then tucked into the black heart, I'd got one, don't know where it came from, black feather. And that's beautiful. So I was really pleased about that. And then on each corner, I'd got one of the, what do we call them? The ribbon roses. Is it not ribbon? It's the fabric anyway that you can cut up. These were little clear flowers that I got from Miss Garden Grove, I think. Annie. Hi, Annie. And I painted them, those I should say, with the markers as well. Not painted, drew on them. So I had some very black fingers and lots of experiments. And it's got a little diamante in the middle. So that was on the four corners, sorry. There's one there, and one there. Then I finished the bottom off with a fairly short dangle. Sorry, I realise why this isn't focusing very well, because I've got it on a different setting. So I'm hoping you can see those dangles and see sort of the beads. There was a dangle, some beads I found as well. So I'm hoping you can see those peeking through there. If I can put it down. Sorry, let me move those out of the way. You'll be able to see it better rather than me holding it. Sorry, moving my camera now. Getting useless I am with these things. So that's the front. I was quite pleased with it when I did finish that side. And of course Diana asked for both sides to be embellished because she was going to mount it in, bind it in such a way that both sides would be seen. So she wanted them to be embellished. So I came along with the, excuse me, the lace that I told you about with all the trouble. Oh, by the way, going back there, if you can see bead strings, sorry, glue strings, I haven't whizzed it over with my, my brain, what's it like today? With my heat gun, which I just do very quickly to get rid of any glue strings. So I've got a couple of flowers because I couldn't not have some bling on here. So just some black flowers that I actually had with the bling on it. I didn't have to put those on. Sorry. Again from Annie, Miss Garden Grove, these lovely acrylic sort of wheat stems, I think they look like. So they're in both corners. And then in the other corner, there's a flower base with yet another clear flower that I'd painted. I should have kept them out for you so you could have seen them in there. In fact, I think I can pick them up in a minute. See what they were in their original condition. I also did some leaves, but I didn't use the leaves at the end of the day. White plastic, or acrylic I should say. Then I found this huge applique that I put on there, and I just felt that was enough. I didn't want to just keep on because black is, I don't know, I don't think I'll be doing much with black again, but yeah, just thought that was enough. I mean, I tried various sort of embellishments, but no, I wasn't 100%. And hopefully you can see the dangles now. It was from some lace that I definitely got from Neary, I'm sure I did. And the black beads that dangle down there, I've no idea where I got that from, I'm afraid. There's my chiming clock going again. So there you go. That's the reverse. So she's got the binding there, the inch that we've left free for her to do the binding. So that's that side, and then that's that side. So I hope you like it, and I do hope Diana likes it. I know Diana asked for nothing at all to be sent with her. You know, we usually send a few goodies, don't we? To be sent with this, because she has got some, well, she's like me, you know, we've been blessed with people giving us things and us, you know, going to sales and what have you, and we've got plenty of stock. So she said, please, you know, just, it's going to be a challenge doing this anyway. But what I will do, and I hope Diana won't mind, is just include a couple of embellishments that I didn't use, just in case she wants to add anything to it. You know, it's not everybody's cup of tea, I'm sure. So it may be that she would like to add something else to that side. Maybe, I don't know. But I thought I'd just, it's only a tiny, tiny bag. You know, it's nothing, nothing too much. So there you go. That's my page. I've gone on for far too long now. And I will go. And I will get this uploaded. Let Diana know that I've done so she can make her mind up whether to not to look at it until she receives it, until after she's looked at it herself, or she can look at it, whatever. But I just wanted to do it. We'd normally do it, you see, you know, after it had been posted and after Diana had seen the, you know, the real McCoy. But because I'm so late and I'm not going to get in time for her birthday, I wanted to get it there so at least she could see it. And you ladies could see it rather than, you know, a week, 2 weeks' time. Because it takes about a week from the UK. Although, you know, I am just sending that in a padded envelope. So hopefully it'll get there a darn sight quicker than a box that I would normally send to Diana, who is my middle sis. So there you go, Diana. I do hope you like it. And as I said right at the beginning, if it wasn't for you, because I love you to bits, it would have been, yeah, thrown into a corner and not looked at it again. But yes, thank you for that challenge. I think we need to be challenged, don't we, every so often. I need the discipline of a challenge, that's for sure. Otherwise I'd get nothing done, to be honest. So thank you for that. I've got my next challenge coming up now that I've got to work on. So there you go. I'm off. 23 minutes. My goodness, don't I go on. Sorry about that, ladies. See you soon. Bye-bye. Take care. Bye.